Kevin, last game before Christmas, home game as well, and a 2-1 victory over Barwell this afternoon. I imagine it was probably as tough a test as you imagined it would be, because Barwell are a very capable side and made life a bit difficult at times this afternoon, but you came through.
Yeah, really pleased to come through. Not in probably the manner that we would have wished, but I look at the lads' character and resilience that they've shown today. There's sometimes difficult moments there, and as we know, when you get rocked back after being comfortable in the game and leading at 1-0. When they brought it level, we know people get disgruntled with that, and there is that expectation on the lads here to turn up and win, and we're all mindful and understanding of that. And I think that the character that we've showed to get through it, the subs getting off the bench to have a real effect, and Byron to finish in the manner that he did is really pleasing. And like I say, hopefully, it sets us up for going into Boxing Day on the front foot, and if we can get everybody fit and available again, hopefully, we'll have a good chance going there.
Sure. I suppose it was one of the things about the side when you look at the start that there was an awful lot more attacking options available on that bench today. But I guess in that respect, a slightly more arguably defensive setup to the team when you began, or maybe if you look at the players and where they've played in the past. But what's just your feeling there? Just that you didn't want to change it?
Yeah, I think everybody's done well enough in the group, in the starting lineup from last Sunday. And I thought we managed the game really well. And it's about developing relationship. We need to be balanced and measured in the side that we put out. We felt we had enough striking options, and if you look at it, young Harvey sitting on the bench for us at 16 years old. Steph has been left out today, who was a defender. We did feel, I think there's a fair balance on the pitch. Similarly, most all of those offensive players, when you look at it, I think there's only probably George that you would class as more a defensive player on the bench, and having those, hopefully what you would call front foot options on the bench has proved great for us today. They two have got off, and between them created and scored what turned out to be the winning goal. So yeah, we need to be, like I say, just a bit measured about how we look at things, and as I've said, hopefully have good options to come off the bench and make a difference.
Sure. Ellis Brown's contribution there, obviously you spoke about the way he combined with Byron Moore for the goal. Obviously he's arrived this week. We've had the departure of Trey Mitford this week, so just I suppose just your thoughts really on the one going and the one coming.
Yeah, I mean Trey's, like I said, he's not had much game time here. I think his pre-season was very stuttered, and I don't think he's playing to the level that I know he's capable of and played for me previously. I think logistically it was quite difficult for him, and it just makes sense that he's going playing someone who's probably a little bit more local to where he's at, and we wish him well. He's a great lad and did have a couple of good moments here. But at the moment I have to make those decisions as a manager, and Reece and Montel would be ahead in my thinking. And like I say, Ellis has come in and trained with us 2 or 3 times, and hopefully, like I say, there's a sign there of what he's capable of. He's trained very well. He's looked bright. There's a bit of a pace and energy about him, and they're the sort of players that, like I say, I want to try and bring to the club, and players that are on an upward curve, and hopefully he enjoys a time with us and develops with us. It's the lads that have been here for a little while now this season have sustained and continue to keep the bar relatively high, and working to that that high level each and every game which we have over this little period that we've been on, and that's what we need to do. We need to continue to involve. There are 1 or 2 others that are sort of on the fringe of it now that like I say, will probably need to go and seek their future elsewhere, but that's something that hopefully will evolve over the next few weeks.
Sure. I would guess it's only a short turnaround, actually, 23rd today, and Halesowen is on the 26th, so it's not a very big turnaround between those 2 games. And a little bit of injury involved today there. I know Sam Whittle's come off and looked like he was moving quite awkwardly at the end of the game. I mean, Nathan Fox looks like he's got legs of the Tin Man there at the end as well a little bit. So, just rest and recuperation over the next couple of days.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, I mean, it's Tuesday that we next play, and it's I suppose it does feel like it comes around quite quick, but again, it's part of living right and doing the right things, and hopefully both will be we'll settle down off the back of today and a few days rest, and hopefully they're okay to get out and play again. But if they're not, clearly the one or two that can come into it and will get an opportunity, and if that's where we have to go, then those players need to be ready and bright to take their chance.
Sure, and I suppose that's the extra benefit of, say, the likes of Byron and Ellis coming off the bench today, is that there are some options there, aren't there, if that happens?
Yeah, I think, like I say, I've said on more than one occasion, we've got, a little bit of, there's some youth on the bench there, but like I say, you have to understand, with those young and inexperienced players, you generally get a few more mistakes made at crucial times, and whether they've quite got the strength and presence to deal with it at the moment, you only find that out when they're out there and playing. But the lads that we've had out playing over quite a period now have proved and shown that they can be consistent, and that's what we're searching for. And again, it just doesn't happen overnight. It's taken a little while to evolve, and I think we have a good solid look about us. You look how hard against the ball every player's working. I feel we're more organised now than we have been earlier in the season, and this is a side that only kept probably 2 of last season's group, so it will take a little bit of time to evolve and for me to grow it. But certainly there's a fantastic feeling in that change room at the moment. I think everybody's enjoying the football, they're enjoying the club, enjoying that relationship with the supporters, and these are all bits and pieces that are really, really important for us to try and stay at the sharp end of it. And they work incredibly hard, and like I say, there's a great attitude in there, and when they're building those relationships and continue to develop it, hopefully we can keep them all in good health and fit, and yeah, that will that will help and speed up that process, definitely. Sure.
Just close with a quick word about our opponents on Boxing Day, Hales Owen. You're well briefed on what to expect?
Yeah, and as they show here earlier in the season, they're a capable side who were probably unfortunate not to take the points on the day. And we were a little bit backs to the wall at certain times, but I think we've evolved and grown since then. There's no doubt about that. But I'm always mindful. Boxing Day, New Year's Day, and those bits and games in and around Christmas, can throw up different results, and maybe results that people aren't expecting. But that's where you've got to roll your sleeves up, show that bit of character, and be able to get through situations like that. And just loving working with the players and making them understand that. And like I say, out of today and being rocked back at 1-1, and when we hadn't looked in too much danger, there was always moments that clubs are going to, teams are going to squirt behind you, and they've got a bit of pace in a couple of lads across the front, and you have to be mindful of that. And Brandon hasn't really had to make too many saves until late on, but equally, neither was their goalkeeper. But yeah, that they stay together and they work hard for one another, and if we continue to do that, we'll be competitive in most games.
Kevin, we appreciate your time as always. Wish you a very happy Christmas, slightly early, but I'm not going to be seeing you on Christmas Day, so and thank you very much.
Very Merry Christmas to you. Thank you.